Hello, we're out another walk. This different hat, but microphone in the same kind of place because I think it worked last time. Anyway, today we're going to talk about why I stayed independent and never took any investment from external investors, which has been offered twice. I'll tell you the reason why. But yeah, first, if you are new here, my name is JJ, or John. I'm the owner and founder and operator of Scotland's original beard care brand, Braw Beard. Started in 2012, and welcome to the YouTube channel. This is a new kind of series that I'm doing, the Stroll series, where I just go out for a walk and I just blather or tell you about things that have happened or topics that have come up. And yeah, this is it. So on the YouTube channel you'll see behind the scenes vlogs, you'll see just at my step goal class, you'll see behind the scenes vlogs, you'll see beard care tips, you'll see podcasts, and then stuff like this, the Stroll series, which is kind of new, but people are enjoying it, so I'm keeping doing it. Yeah, today's topic, why I never took any investment. I've been offered investment twice with Braw Beard. Once back in 2015, 2016 I think it was. A substantial amount of money. I turned it down. I took a long time to consider it because, like I mentioned in previous videos, Braw was kind of it wasn't stale or stagnant, it was just it slowed down a wee bit, but someone could see its potential, and then yeah, eventually decided to pass on that deal. I'll explain why in a minute. And the other time was more recent. The other time was probably 2021, something like that. Now this was a massive figure. This was life-changing money. It was, I'm not going to say how much it was, right, but it was in the seven figures, and not to be taken lightly. However, yeah, it was. I'm not going to say how much it was, right? It was seven figures, and the first one didn't start with a 1, right? That was offered in 2020 or 2021 by someone I know, I've known for a long time, and they know the business, they know the brand. There's a lot of case studies on it as well for their own research and that kind of thing, and seen it as a solid brand. So they made an offer. I say they because I know one person, but there was a group wanted to get involved, and they made an offer of a lot of money, and it was life-changing money. I could have retired, and yeah, I don't know what I would have done, but that's my point as well. That's one of the points I'm going to make. Give me a couple. But the one thing you got to think about when it comes to investment, right? It's easy. There's a lot of people out there who would just say, take the money and then you can do something else, right? I'll tell you why though. And then there's a lot of people who'll be watching this and saying, there's no way you were offered 7 figures for Braw. I was. But there's a lot of people who deny a lot of things that happen. But anyway, those fuckers make me laugh, man. It's all fun. It's all fun. It's all good. Right. Anyway, yes. So the reason I never took that large sum of money was they wanted 51% of the business, right? So that becomes a controlling share in the brand because they have more than the other person, right? So it'd be a 51 split, 51-49 split. So 51% would be them, 49% would be me. That means they have the control, the final say over things, right? I mean, I've built a brand. I've spent 13 years now building a brand based on my lifestyle, based on me. There's a lot of brand integrity there, a lot of personality, so a lot of my life in there, which maybe is a detriment, I don't know, but I built the brand on my lifestyle, built it for me, my family, and for fun, and it's all based on me. Whereas if a controlling party comes along and they have control, they could say, right, tomorrow we're going to do shaving products, you need to shave your beard off, we're going to stop doing beard care, we're just going to do shaving products alone. right? Or they could say, you're going to have to, I don't know, sing and dance on stage. No one wants to hear me sing or dance, right? They could do that because they're in control, right? Now, I'm not willing to do that for any sum of money. But to be fair, I think they would have had the right intentions to grow the brand even bigger, right? I think they would have went, knowing this person, I think they would have went about it the right way. But at the time, I wasn't willing to take that risk. As it stands now, I don't know. Braw is growing at a pretty quick pace at the moment, but that's down to all the work I've been putting in. Yeah, it's constant. Like I mentioned before, in previous years, I was working 7 days a week to build the brand, and then when I got to a certain point, I went to 6 days a week, and then when my first son came along, I wanted to make it 5 days a week, like a normal job. But still do a bit of work at nights, and answer some emails and messages at the weekends, that kind of thing. But hardcore hours would be a Monday to Friday job, right? And obviously away for some events and stuff. But you know what I'm saying. I want to spend more time with the kids, right? And my wife. So, where was I going with that? Oh, right, aye. So, yeah, treating it more like a business, right? So, spent 7 days a week building it at the start, then 6 days a week. Took my foot off the gas a wee bit. But now in the last couple of years, I know what I need to focus on. I know what I need to, the thing is, I know what needs to get done, but I've also established this base for Braw Beard online, where there's YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. These things are established. So yeah, that's where the hard work at the start came in. Now I can focus on what I need to do to build the brand, and that's what I'm doing. So it is getting a lot busier at the moment, a lot busier. So to the point where I've actually put an advert out there for part-time staff member, which would probably end up being full-time. But I've never hired anyone before, so I don't know the ins and outs. And that's the other thing that comes with the investment. It's you just get this lump sum of money, but you've got to invest it in the business, and then you got to start hiring people quickly, and I've no experience with that, so it would be a massive jump too early, which could impact the brand, which could mean it folds, and then what are you left with? You know what I mean? So there's that element. There's the element of not having control of the business. That's fine if it's a faceless business, a faceless company, right? That's fine. But when it's based on my face, my values, my integrity, all that kind of stuff, it's hard to hand that to someone else to make decisions for you, you know what I mean? So that leads me into my second point, which is, and I'm just going to get in these woods over here, because it's we've also been walking in the wind, right? But this next part probably more valuable than the first part, so if we can get no wind noise, that'd be great. Also there will be tree noise because there is trees here and wind, and there's big fucking hoof marks in here. I swear, something dodgy in these woods, man. Seeing those hoof marks makes me think it's maybe a minotaur. Is it minotaur? You know, the half man, half horse thing. Yeah, I'm in Bigfoot woods, right? Every time. If you've seen the videos before and I'm on about Bigfoot, it's these woods. But I don't think Bigfoot has hoofs, right? That looked like a hoof back there. Unless there's wild horses up here, that might be. Which I do not want to get hit by a wild horse. Horses are big. Anyway, second point. What was I talking about? Second point. Second reason I never took external. Right, aye. So the second investment offer, right, which was a lot of money, like I say, life-changing money. It wasn't offered on the terms of. Here's a lump sum of money. We're going to buy the business, right? That's not how it works. It was going to be, here's a lump sum of money. Invest it in the business, but we want 51%, you get 49%, and then I'm still working for the business that I don't have control of, right? Which, in reality, probably would have been fine, like I said. But let's say they came along and said, here's a large sum of money, we want 100% of the business, you can walk away. Right, now that sounds like the dream, right? Which it kind of is in most situations. But what do you do after that? Like, I know a lot of people who have a lot of money, right? Oh, no, I know some people have a lot of money, and some of the unhappiest people I've known. And I think I know why that is. It's because you need something to work with. I was going to say work towards, but that's not the thing. I think you need something to drive you, right? Now, yes, a lot of money in your bank account would allow you to do things like go on holiday, buy a fast car, fancy car, buy a fancy house. But when you've done that, what's next? Like, what would you do next? What would you do with a lot of money? I know what I would do. I'd probably just do exactly that. Buy a fancy house, buy a few motorbikes, buy a fast car. I don't know. But then, the thing I like about Braw, the thing that gets me out of bed all the time, is coming out, creating something, being part of something, building something, putting my heart and soul into something. Like creating this brand, creating these products, creating this community. That's what I enjoy. Like, that's what makes it special. That's what drives people, or drives me, and I think will drive a lot of people, is having something to work towards and work with. The journey is what I'm trying to say. The journey is more important than the destination, right? That's what I've kind of came to realise over the years, is the journey is more important than the destination. And that's building yourself, it's building character, it's building yourself as a person, really. Because, like, you hear a lot of people say, I wish I knew now what I knew back then. No, I wish I knew what I know now back then. That's it. Yeah, I wish I knew what I know now back then. But then that's life. That's part of learning. Like, yes, in the ideal world, well, with AI coming and stuff, that might be a possibility. Maybe you can jump back in the past and redo it with the AI chip in your head. I don't know. But as it stands currently, that's life. You just learn as you go along, right? It's just, you make mistakes, you take risks, things happen, good things happen. Sometimes it doesn't go your way. It's just life, it's just the way it is. You learn as you go. So, yeah, like, you could take a large sum of money, right, for your business, for investment. Like, would I consider it? I probably would consider it again, but not in those terms. It would be, I've still got control. I can still point the business, the brand, in the way I see fit. But I would accept some investment, which probably will happen further down the line. I don't know. I don't know. Not at the moment, but further down the line, maybe. We'll see. But that's it. That's one of the things. Like, I don't really talk about that situation much because it's quite private. But I can talk about it here because I'm not naming names. I'm not saying the exact figure or who it was or anything like that. So, but yeah, that it has happened. Been offered investment twice. The first one wasn't as much, but it was a high-profile person. The second one, not so high profile, but high amount of money. But then again, like I said, it affects the integrity of the brand. So there's more things important than money. That's what I'm saying. Because, like I said, people that I know that have got a lot of money, they don't have passion anymore. They don't. I'm not saying everybody, but the people I've had experience with, they don't have passion. They don't have drive as much as they used to. Like, sure, you could put the money into something else and build something else, right? Which, people do. They start a new business, which is cool. I don't know if I could do that. I genuinely don't know if I could do that. Like, Braw Beer started as an accident, and I've built it and grown it over the years because it's something I'm passionate about. Now, if I was to get a lump sum of money and not be in control of Braw and go and do something else, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I'd have the same passion for. I have the passion for building the brand, building the voice through the brand, building community. The community especially, the brotherhood, is unique and it's special. Like, we have the customer community called the Brotherhood, right? That started back in 2013 when people started sending me pictures of their beard care products with their face. And then that became a gallery on the website, and that became the Brotherhood, right? Now we've got a private Facebook group. There's loads of other ways people interact. And then we have our annual party, the Braw Beard and Moustache Championships, which happens every February in Glasgow. And if you want to get tickets for that, by the way, www.thebrawbmc.com. But yeah, people meet up there. They've only met on social media. They've never met in person before. So that's a place where people can come along and just enjoy the community feel, man. That's what it's all about. It's building the community. It's also, building the brand and stuff, but it's also building the community. That's a big part of it, and it always has been. So I'm just looking about trying to figure out which way to walk here. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's the topic for today, was why I stayed independent and never took external investment. Sure, I put more money into the business. That's how the brand got started. Put £300 and more money in it just to buy stock and insurance and safety assessments, that kind of stuff. And over the years, I've put some money in it just to see it through some rough months, which happens to every business, just to tide it over. Put some more money in. That's what you do. That's what you do. So yeah, I think that's the story for the day. Got to focus on what makes you happy. Money is not always the answer, because there's a lot of other things that come with it. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if you're passionate about something, pursue it, enjoy the journey. It gets rough, it gets hard, it gets tough. But there's also really, really, really fulfilling parts, good parts, and that's what makes it all worthwhile. So, especially if you made it to the end of this video, honestly, thank you very much for your support. I really do mean it. Like, these videos, I don't know, they vary. I don't know what length we're at now. I don't have it on my camera, but they vary between 8 minutes and 20 minutes. And the fact that people stick to the end and leave a comment at the end, it's just amazing, man. It means a lot, honestly. It's just one bearded nugget out walking in the woods, you know what I mean? Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. Right, I'm going to go get out of these woods before I get eaten by something, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later. See ya.